I hurried to explain myself, panic rising in my chest. The whole thing with the bedroom. Nothing happened there either, I swear. I only stepped in for a moment to get away from everyone. It was just a joke, Nathan, nothing more. I swear I didn't do anything wrong. It's Nathan we're talking about here. So here I am now, sitting in my apartment, staring at my computer screen and trying to comprehend the fact that my life has completely turned upside down. I haven't shared with anyone what's happening yet. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm still trying to figure out how to even begin talking about it. Everyone keeps asking what happened and what's going on with the wedding, and I just keep shrugging it off. But honestly, I need to vent. I need to say it out loud to get it out of my system before I start talking to anyone else about it. This whole situation hit me like a truck, and I don't even know where to begin. So, here's the deal. Diane and I have been together for 4 years. We were engaged and planning a wedding that was supposed to happen in a couple of months. Up until the weekend of her bachelorette party, I thought everything between us was solid. She organized the party herself. She and her friends planned to rent a big Airbnb, drink, hang out, and just have fun. She promised me there was nothing to worry about, and honestly, I trusted her. I wasn't concerned at all. She assured me it was all going to be harmless, and I had no reason not to believe her. On the day of the party, she was over at my place for a bit. I figured we'd just hang out while she was packing and getting ready. We exchanged a few texts. Nothing major, just light normal things like, "Don't forget to pack this," and "I'll see you when you get back." Then, she left for the party, and that was the last I heard from her for hours. That night, after finishing my work in my home office, I was getting ready for bed when I noticed something odd. As I passed by my office, I saw that my computer screen was still on with the screensaver flashing away. It struck me as strange that Diane hadn't logged out of her messenger before she left, but I figured she just forgot. Curiosity got the better of me, so I opened the messenger. And there it was, the group chat for her bachelorette party. Honestly, I wasn't looking for anything crazy. I was just bored and thought I'd scroll through the messages to see how the night was going. At first, most of the videos seemed totally harmless. It was just a group of women dancing, drinking, and acting a little tipsy. Typical party stuff. But then, there was one video that stopped me cold. One of the women opened the front door, and about 10 guys walked in. None of them looked familiar to me. My stomach kind of dropped at that point, but I told myself, okay, whatever, it's just a group of people having fun. But it didn't stop there. In the next video, there was Diane, making out with one guy. Then, like a minute later, she was kissing another guy. I didn't know what to think, but the next video left no room for doubt. Diane and 2 of the guys were walking into a bedroom. 5 minutes later, they walked out, and the video cut off. That's when I felt like my entire world shattered. I didn't even know how to react. I walked into the bathroom trying to steady myself, thinking I might throw up, but nothing came up. It felt like I was in some kind of bizarre state of shock. I paced around my apartment for what felt like hours, although it might have only been half an hour, because time moves so slowly when you're in a situation like that. I was just trying to make sense of it all, trying to understand how this could even be real. Eventually, I did what anyone might do in a moment like that. I poured myself a glass of whiskey and drank it straight. No mixers, just straight whiskey. It didn't make me feel any better, but it took the edge off everything, if only for a minute. Then, for reasons I still don't entirely understand, I saved the videos. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with them, but I saved them anyway. In my head, I kept thinking, if this is how she's going to act, I need to have proof. That's when I did something I never thought I'd do. I made a video of my own. I hit record, sitting in my apartment with the videos playing in the background. I looked straight into the camera and said, "Hi, this is Nathan, your ex-fiancé. Just wanted to let you know, I saw the videos from the party and the wedding is off. I hope it was worth it." Saying it felt final, like it needed to be said. As the words left my mouth, everything just clicked. There was no going back after that. And now, here I am, staring at my phone, sitting in my apartment, and realizing that everything I thought I knew about Diane and our relationship is completely destroyed. I watched the video Nathan sent, and as it played, I felt like my entire world was crumbling. The message was unmistakable. The engagement was over. He didn't even allow me the chance to explain. It felt like the floor beneath me had disappeared. My hands trembled as I texted him frantically, "Nathan, please, just listen, it's not what it seems, I need to explain." But there was no reply. Not a single response. I stared at my phone, hoping for even a small acknowledgement, but nothing came. "Did you hear from him?" Rachel asked, her eyes full of sympathy as she looked at me. "No," I whispered, my throat tight, a lump making it hard to speak. "He's ignoring me." Her expression darkened into a frown. "That's not fair, Diane. He can't just disappear like this." I nodded, desperate, refusing to give up so easily. I wasn't ready to let things end without a fight. My friends rallied around me, each of them typing messages to Nathan, pleading on my behalf. "Please, listen to her. It's not what it looks like," one of them wrote. "You two are meant to be together," another added. But no matter what they said, Nathan didn't respond. It was like he had vanished, his mind already made up. That's when I snapped. The anxiety had become unbearable, and I knew I couldn't go on like this. I needed to hear his voice or see his face. "I'm calling him," I said, my voice shaking as I stood up. Rachel reached out, grabbing my arm. "Deanne, don't do this alone. We'll be here with you." I took a shaky breath, steadied myself, and hit the video call button. The screen rang for what felt like an eternity, and then finally Nathan's face appeared. He didn't speak. He just stared at me with an expression I couldn't quite read. It was cold, distant. "Nathan, please," I started, my voice breaking. "I know the video looks bad, but I swear it's not what it seems." The silence on his end was crushing. "Nothing happened, nothing serious. It was just a stupid party and some dares. I didn't mean for any of this to happen." I tried to explain, my words tumbling out in a rush. Still, he said nothing. His expression didn't change, offering me nothing to hold on to. "I kissed 2 guys, I admitted, the words spilling out like they were tearing me apart. "But it wasn't planned, I swear. It wasn't my idea, it was just the pressure. I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to have fun." Behind me, my friends fidgeted nervously. Rachel chimed in, trying to back me up. "It was just peer pressure, Nathan. It was dumb, but that's all it was," she said, nodding emphatically. Nathan's eyes flickered slightly, but he remained silent. I could feel myself unraveling. The whole bedroom thing, nothing happened there either. I swear I just walked in for a second to get away from everyone. It was just a joke, Nathan, nothing more. I didn't do anything wrong. I pleaded, panic rising. Another heavy silence followed. My heart pounded in my throat as my friends continued to glance nervously at me, offering occasional supportive comments. "She came right back out," Sarah added. It wasn't a big deal. Nathan's face remained unreadable as the seconds dragged on, feeling like hours. Finally he broke the silence, his voice cold and detached. "Are you done?" he asked. Tears welled up in my eyes as I begged, "Please, Nathan. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake, but it was just a stupid drunken mistake. It didn't mean anything. I love you. I swear." He stayed silent for another agonizing moment, then asked flatly, "Is there anything else?" I hesitated, my mind racing for something to say, but I knew it was futile. "No," I whispered, feeling the weight of finality in my words. "There's nothing else." With that, the call ended, leaving me surrounded by silence and the concerned faces of my friends. I felt more hollow than I'd ever felt before. After that call, I needed quiet. My friends couldn't stop apologizing, repeating the same excuses like a broken record. It wasn't what it looked like, they insisted. She was pressured, it was a mistake. But no matter how many times they said it, nothing changed. I wasn't buying it. Diane became increasingly frantic, her desperation growing with every moment of my silence. The more I didn't respond, the more she repeated herself, spinning the same story, hoping it would somehow be enough. Eventually, I reached my limit. I interrupted her, my voice sharp and final. "Is there anything else to add?" I asked, the words cutting through the air. She froze, taking a breath as if to start again, but I didn't give her the chance. I was done. She paused briefly, then whispered, No, there's nothing else." That was it. I ended the call without another word. It wasn't just the end of our conversation, it was the end of everything, the end of us. I had heard all I needed to. I wasn't going to let her drag me through endless explanations anymore. There was no point. Afterward, I updated my relationship status on social media to single. It felt freeing to put it out there. No more hiding, no more second guessing. The wedding was officially off. I even mentioned returning the wedding gifts to make it clear I wasn't playing games. Diane didn't take it well. She saw the post and immediately started texting, insisting she'd only kissed the guys and that nothing else had happened. Her messages were frantic, full of panic, but it didn't matter. Nothing she said could change what had happened. She was still in denial, still blaming others. Finally, I sent her one last message. If I find out any of your friends are lying or manipulating the situation, I'll release the videos I have. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I wasn't making threats. I was simply being direct. I had enough proof to reveal everything, and I wasn't afraid to use it if it came to that. I wasn't going to let anyone distort the truth or paint me as the villain. It was over. The wedding had been called off. Diane kept trying to reach me, sending frantic messages, but I was finished. My decision was final, and there was no turning back. I wasn't going to let her pull me back into her web of excuses and justifications. It's been a few days now, and the silence feels like relief. Everything's been cancelled. My family has been told, the vendors have been notified, and all the wedding plans have been dismantled. Diana is still chasing after me, still trying to fix things, but it's all futile. My mind is made up. The wedding is off and I'm moving forward. I don't know exactly when it fully sank in, but now it's undeniable. Everything is over. The wedding, the plans, the life I thought I was going to have with Nathan, it's all gone. I returned the engagement ring last week. The moment was cold and empty, like handing over a symbol of everything I'd lost. I couldn't even look at him when I gave it back. All I wanted was for him to see how deeply sorry I was, to understand how much I regretted everything, but none of it seemed to matter. After that, I moved out. I packed up all my belongings and went back to stay with my parents. I tried to explain that it was one stupid impulsive act and that nothing else happened. I swore it would never happen again. I promised him I would change, that I'd never make such a mistake again. I begged him to give me another chance, saying I'd do anything to fix this. I even told him I'd cut off my friends if that's what it took. I swore I'd only drink if he was around. I'd only spend time with him. I tried everything to show him I was serious, but nothing reached him. I ruined my life for one night of recklessness. A cheap thrill cost me everything I had with Nathan. The guilt eats away at me every single day. I keep replaying that night in my head, asking myself why I did it. Why did I throw everything away? Nathan might have forgiven me. I truly believe he could have. Maybe we could have worked through it, but it's clear now he just couldn't get past it. What I did was too much for him, and that's entirely my fault. Now I'm here, single, with the engagement officially over. The wedding I thought was going to happen, the future I envisioned, it's all gone. All I have left is regret, and that's something I can't escape. This overwhelming feeling of loss, this understanding that I destroyed everything. It's going to stay with me forever. I can't stop wondering what happens next. Will future partners find out? If they do, will they walk away? I wouldn't blame them if they did. Knowing what I've done, I'd probably be left behind. I've ruined my chances for a normal relationship. Nobody's ever going to look at me the same way again. What have I done? I keep asking myself that question over and over. I already know the answer. I made a terrible mistake, one I can never undo. Now I have no choice but to live with the consequences for the rest of my life.